So the way that I do this is just with my 6-foot level, because what the height of a 6-foot level is, it's the height of basically every common paver we use. So just the height of the level alone, you know where the top of paver is going to be. You don't need to be messing around with a tape measure or a paver. You just check with the level. Hey, your hammer's getting a little discolored, man. I'm gonna have to make a mark to know that this one's mine pretty soon. Mine's still shiny. So you can see right there, the top of the level is at the top of the concrete. We got our 1/8 of a slope. Okay, so I wanted to just take a minute here and explain what an 1/8 of a pitch is. Some people get confused by it. So to explain it the most easy way possible is when people say 1/8 slope, it means you're gonna have 1 inch of drop per 8 feet of length. That's what that stands for. If you call out a 1/4 pitch, that means you're gonna have 1 inch drop every 4 feet. I'm gonna show you what I mean here with this 4-foot level. So if we want an 1/8 of a slope, what that's going to end up meaning is one side of the level is going to be a 1/2 inch higher than the other. That should give us a perfect 1/8 slope. Right now this level is perfectly level, and I got a couple things here to just kind of show you what I mean. This piece of wood right here, that is exactly a 1/2 inch, and this broken rake handle here is exactly 1 inch. So let's start with this piece of wood right here. So we got the far right side lifted up, and we've got our 1/8 of a slope. That means right when the bubble touches the line. Some levels it can vary just a hair, but anywhere close to that, when you're touching the line or just over it, that's what you would consider an 1/8 of a pitch. Now let's try it with the 1 inch. So now this would be considered a 1/4 slope, and most of the time a 1/4 slope is going to be just a little bit before a 1/2 a bubble, as you can see there. Somewhere in that area is going to be your 1/4 pitch, and again that's 1 inch of drop per 4 feet. So that's the big difference between 1/8 pitch, 1/4 pitch. When you're doing a patio, you don't ever want to go more than a 1/4 pitch. That's a lot of slope, especially if you had like a 20-foot patio. What that's going to end up being is 5 inches of drop from one end to the other. That's a severe slope. That's why we try to stay at that 1/8. If you do your 1/8 slope on a 20-foot patio, that's going to be 2.5 inches of slope from the high end to the low end, and that's plenty of pitch for water runoff. Anywhere in between those two slopes is what you want for a patio, and depending on the situations, you may want to vary that to meet up with a certain area or to hit a desired point. But those are the minimum requirements when laying a patio. You never lay the blocks flat, or else you'll end up getting puddling. But I hope that made sense to you guys. I know some people don't really understand the reason behind why we call it an 1/8 slope or a 1/4 slope, but that is it.